In this video, we are discussing the asynchronous version of the rolling motion lab. In the lab, you will be analyzing two different kinds of motion. First, an object, a cylinder specifically, rolling across a level surface, and then a number of round objects rolling down a ramp. When you are analyzing the object rolling across the level surface, you will be tracking 2 points on opposite sides as the object rolls, so you can track that motion. When we filmed this, we filmed it at a much higher frame rate, specifically for clarity of individual frames when analyzing it, not because we need that many data points. So in the procedure, it explains how you can set up Logger Pro to analyze every 5th frame of a video or every 10th frame of a video. And as long as you cover the whole range of motion, that would still be enough data points for what we're trying to do here. The thing you need to be careful about when you are analyzing every 5th frame is that you are analyzing the exact same frame for both points. Since we are trying to do measurements based on their relative positions, if you analyze one point on this frame and the next point on a different frame, we can't do physics there because they're at 2 different points in time. So you need to make sure that when you are tracking your second object, the other dot in Logger Pro, that they are happening on the same frame as the first dot. The way to make sure that you're doing this is by looking at the data table. Logger Pro only creates rows in the data table when you are analyzing a new frame. So after you analyze the first dot, you will have a data table of frames. And when you start analyzing the second dot, that data table should not get any longer because you are only adding more data on the same frames. If you are starting to track that second dot and more rows are being created in your data table, you are out of sync, and you need to get those dots back in sync before continuing. One good way to do that is by switching back to analyzing every frame for your second dot until they line up again, and then going back to every 5th frame or what have you. In the second part of the lab, you will be watching several objects roll down a ramp. You are going to be tracking those objects in Logger Pro to calculate the acceleration of the object rolling down the ramp. And using that acceleration, we will be able to figure out the coefficient on the moment of inertia. If you think about all of the values of moments of inertia that you've seen, all of them are some fraction times r in mass and things. We're just trying to calculate that some fraction by the acceleration down the ramp. By this point in your physics, you should know several different ways that you could take position versus time data and turn it into accelerations. Any of those will work as long as you remember we are trying to find the acceleration down the ramp, not in the x direction, not in the y direction, in the direction of the ramp. Thank you for watching this video. Here's the fact for this week. Alphabetizing was seen as a dangerously radical act because it upset things from the natural order of things. You know, God, then heaven, then the king, then nobility, and then everyone else gets to be in the list.